Hi guys, Chuck Quinton here, founder of RotarySwing.com. I want to talk about the most important part of the golf swing. It's the big payoff. It's what we do everything for, and that is the release. The release of the golf club is not only the most fun part, but it's the most critical as well, because you can do everything right going back. You can be in a beautiful position at the top, even have a great sequence transition, drop the club down on plane and be in this great position, and then spin your chest through impact and not release the club and hit a horrible golf shot. The release is the most important part of the swing, and there's two basic ways to release the club, and I'm going to stand out on a limb and say one is right and one is wrong. Because the simple fact of the matter is, releasing the club with speed is really what your goal is in the swing. You don't need power per se. Power is when you need some oomph behind something, like if you're hitting a baseball and the baseball is traveling at you at 100 miles an hour, it's got a tremendous amount of kinetic energy, and so if you just put your arms out here like this away from your chest, the bat's going to deflect because you don't have the strength to maintain the bat out of there because of the kinetic force of the baseball. The golf ball weighs an ounce and a half, isn't moving at all. There's zero kinetic energy. So you don't need your arms draped across your chest like it's beneficial in baseball. That's a power thing that you need. In golf, we need speed. You're trying to move this stick really, really quick, and this thing isn't very heavy, and the golf ball is even lighter. So if you think about it like you're hitting a ball made out of feather instead of something that's rock hard, you'll understand to move it really fast, you don't need all this power. You need to get the club to move quickly. The quickest way to move the club is to take your forearms and let them turn over naturally the way the club is designed to work. Guess what? Because the shaft is in the heel of the club, the toe naturally wants to rotate around the hosel in the hitting area. This is a great thing because this is what is setting the club to release on its own. You don't try and flip your hands over. That's foolish. Nobody's going to teach you to do that. It'd be impossible to time that. But you want the club to be able to release naturally so that your forearms naturally release over once you post up on that left side. And this not only gives you a ton of speed, but it squares the face and de-lofts it as well. Two great things for iron play. Now, a lot of people are going to tell you should take your rib cage, take all your internal organs and put all the shear force on your spine and turn it as hard as you can. Well, which do you think you're going to be able to do quicker? Remember, we're all about speed in golf. Do you think you're going to be able to take your biggest bone structure in your body and your rib cage and turn it as fast as you can, and that's going to be faster than me doing this? Also, which do you think puts more wear and tear on your body? It's not rocket science. The confusion comes when people tell you to try and flip your hands over. That's the problem with the misunderstanding of people talking about a body release versus an arms release, is they think this is an active motion. It's called a release for a reason. What does it mean to release something? It means to let go, right? Through the hitting area, I'm effectively throwing the club at the ball, essentially letting go, and the club naturally wants to rotate around the hosel. If they didn't want it to do that, they'd put the shaft in the center of the face like a center shafted putter. That's what it's designed to do, is be swung straight back and straight through. This is on an inclined plane. It's designed to rotate. This is how it's designed to work. This way as a lever, and this way is also a lever as it rotates around the hosel. You let that happen naturally, you'll have way more speed, way more control, because you're no longer trying to control and manipulate the club face through impact, and that is the secret to great iron play and a proper release. I've got another video I'm going to give you. It's a bonus video I'm going to show you a preview of that's going to help go more in depth about the arms versus the body release, and it's going to help you understand this concept and why you've probably been doing it wrong, and how you can save your back, save your hip, and save your golf game all at the same time. Now, hopefully you like this video. Click like down below and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put out new content all the time. And at the end of this bonus video, I'm going to give you another link that you'll see on the screen, or you can click down in the description below, and that will take you to a place where you can watch the rest of the bonus video completely for free and sign up for free to get 50 more bonus videos just like it. Let's take a look. One of my favorite parts of the golf swing is the release, the time where we're releasing all this pent-up energy and letting the club head accelerate as fast as humanly possible. And a lot of golfers don't ever get to feel what a proper release feels like, or even understand what it is. And that's because there's a ton of information out there that talks about turning the body through impact as long as humanly possible and as fast as humanly possible, versus just letting the club head release by letting your forearms turn over. Now, why would you want to do one over the other? Let's talk about the first one. This is what I call the body release, taking the chest and turning it through the hitting area as fast as humanly possible to move the club. Well, first of all, that's putting a ton of undue stress on your spine. That shear force that you're rotating your spine as fast as you can through the hitting area when there's tons of tremendous force going through there, you're setting yourself up for injury. The last thing that your spine wants in life is compressive force and shear force, rotating as quickly as you possibly can. But let's just take the injury prevention out of it. Of course, that's a huge part of RST. We don't want golfers to get injured, and so many of these golf swing related injuries, they're all preventable. So we think that's a big deal, but let's just ignore that for a second. Let's just talk about the speed that's going to be produced in the swing and where it's going to come from.